Hey everybody, Andrew Howerton here from Social Reach. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go about getting your brick and mortar business into the news feed of the people in your community, your physical community, in your area. So a lot of times that can be a little bit daunting to consider. It's really not that easy as long as you just focus on what you need to do and not worry about some of the other buttons that you come across when you start looking into the ads. So here's what we're going to do, and it's kind of funny that this page popped up here, but as just as an example, this is a ad put out here by Lead Pages. So this is basically something similar to what your ad might look like in your news feed, only you would be hitting people within the geographical area that you wanted to. So what you'd want to do, and don't freak out on me now, go into what's called the Ads Manager. So it's going to be right up here. Before you click on that, make sure you're doing browsing within the Google Chrome browser. That is essential for what we're getting ready to do here. Now, if you just want to go into the Ads Manager, you can do that with any browser, but we're going to go a little bit deeper today, and you will need to use Google Chrome for that. So what you're going to want to do is once you get in here, come down here and select Power Editor. The first time, and a lot of people freak out when they hear the name, the phrase Power Editor. It's really not that scary again, as long as you focus on what you need to. So starting out, don't get too concerned. Just select that. Um, You'll need to install it the first time you come in here. It's technically a plugin, so you'll just need to go about getting that plugged in there. But again, Google Chrome is the only one that will work with Power Editor. All right, so once you're into this area, you'd want to download to Power Editor just to make sure that everything is up to date within your system and that you have the most up to date version of Power Editor. If you're downloading, if you just installed the plugin, it probably is current, but just make sure by going ahead and doing that, making sure we're all on the same page. So what you want to do is you're going to want to structure your ad that you set up within what's called the campaign, ad sets, and ads features. So that can be, again, a little bit overwhelming at first. It really confused me at first when I first got in here. And I made a couple mistakes and I just wanted to throw my computer out the window. So it was really kind of frustrating. But one thing to focus on before we even jump into those is this kind of gives you a better structure of what this is all about. This is something Facebook put out there to help you and me to understand this better. So as you look at the new campaign structures, you look at the top. So it's basically a big hierarchy there. The big umbrella is the campaign. And then you have ad sets below. Within that, you can have different ad sets within a campaign. You can have more than two if you want to. And then within that, underneath those ad set umbrellas, you can have several different types of ads. So let's break that down. You can read it there to the right, but starting at the top, the green button, a campaign, each campaign corresponds to a single advertising objective. An example is like driving website traffic. So let's say that's what you want to do. You want to drive some traffic to your website because you have a special, let's say a special coupon or something there. So that's your main campaign, okay? That's what you'd set up. Within that, you're going to set up different ad sets. So you can this is where you're going to set your budget. This is where you're going to schedule and you're going to organize each ad set by audience segment. That is people who live near your store, for instance, like we just kind of talked about. So you might be asking, well, why would I want to have multiple ad sets? Well, let's say you wanted to test out an ad, the same ad, and you send it within one ad set to only women. And then in the other ad set, you send it only to men. That way you can test to see who is responding better to your ad set. That way you can know which one is more effective. So within that, I think that kind of clears that up. So within that, at the end, you need to make your ad, and that's basically the artwork at the end of the day. What people actually see whenever they are getting into their newsfeed, kind of like we just saw with that Lead Pages ad. So you can create multiple different ads within each ad set as well to test those as well. So each ad set can feature multiple ads featuring different images. Let me move that. Images, text, links, or video. You'll still define creative, targeting, and bidding for each of your ads. So I hope that kind of gives you a better idea of what this is all about. So let's go in here to campaigns. Let's create a campaign. Then you're just going to want to add the name for it. No one's going to see this but you, so it's just a way for you to organize. So you could put something in here like, I'm just going to put something like test for Facebook video. But you might want to put clicks to website or page likes campaign, or if you have an offer claim, maybe it's your offer claim campaign, something to that effect there. So let's go with, on this one, let's do clicks to website. And you can set it up here by either auction or fixed price. I usually use fixed price. Auction is to buy ads based on your target audience and duration, and then fixed price is just fixed price. Honestly, I don't know all the differences between those two. I just know that I like to have a fixed price so far, but we can get more creative as we go along. It's not going to kill you either way you go. So, all right. So we've created that. It takes a second to pop up here, so it just popped up here. So let's go into ad sets. So we're all done with campaigns at this point. So we have our objective out of the way with campaigns. We're coming down here into ad sets, and we're going to create an ad set. So hit that plus button. All right. So we are going to click. Now it's automatically going to ask you, do you want to use an existing campaign to link this to? So these all are going to be linked together, or you can create a new campaign. So let's say you would not started with campaigns first. It would give you a chance to go back and do that. But we've already created one. It's going to be this one. It's the test for Facebook video clicks to a website. So we select that. So now our campaign is linked to our ad set. Then we're going to name our ad set. So I'm just going to do something like test ad set for Facebook video. So we've created that. Now we're going to, once it pops up here in a second. Alright, now we're going to amend that. So at this point we can go up here and set our budget. 350 would be a nice budget. Let's say we're like most businesses and we need to do like $5. Alright, so you can set whatever price you want to on this. Select the rate, make sure you get it in, you want to get it in US dollars here. Alright, so now I've selected United States. There we go. Alright, so you can get an idea of the number of impressions you might be able to get from that. So you can schedule a start time and an end time on that. I'm just going to bypass that for a second because I want to show you what I think is one of the neatest parts about this. So you hit edit audience, and this is where you can get really targeted with who you want to send this to. Okay, so it gives you some options up here. If you already had a targeted group or custom audiences, I'm not going to get into that, but you could put those in right here. No need to do that if you haven't already. So let's just go down here. It says locations. This is where you want your ad to hit. Add a country, state, province, city, or zip. So let's just say we wanted to do where I live, which is Nixa, Missouri, 65714. Bam, hit that. And now our potential audience reach, what we could, if we spend enough money, what we could reach is going to be about 20,000 people. And you can see how it's set up here. It's ages 18 to 65. So let's say I was like a mechanic shop, okay? And I knew my target audience was people, oh, let's say 22 to 45 or so. Come in here, set up your times, your ages, just like that. Let's say you had more women. You knew were the ones who were made the buying decisions in this section. I kind of doubt that's the case, but you could select just women, you'd select just men, or all. I'm gonna leave this one at all. Okay, now it gets pretty pretty interesting because you can select some things like more demographics. Now, let's say you wanted to target people within a certain financial bracket. So somehow, I don't know exactly how yet, but Facebook knows a lot more about us than we want to admit. You can select people who have an income between any of these brackets here. So 30 to 40,000, 40 to 50,000. You can select multiples, so you're not limited to just one. That is pretty incredible. Um, Especially if you're a business that's trying to, you maybe target higher end clientele. Um, that's pretty huge. So, um, and then if you're, let's say you're a mechanic shop and you're offering discounts on an oil change, I would say, I could be wrong about this, but I'd say people who probably fall within maybe this bracket or this bracket and down would be more prone to have a big interest in that. So you could target it based on that. The cool thing is that if you think you know your target audience but you don't know, create a couple different ad sets with different ages and different genders selected, and go from there. All right, so here's another really cool thing is the interests tab here. So let's say you had a competitor in your area. You could select, put in that company's business right here. And if it's large enough, if Facebook recognizes it on a large enough scale, they're going to put it in as an interest there. So basically anyone, let's say your business is Jonathan's Pizza Shop, and Papa John's is also in your area. You could type in Papa John's Pizza and select that. So you got to be careful though, because if you select a small enough area, geographic area, like at this point it's targeting people in Nixa, ages 22 to 45, who have also liked the pages Papa John's Pizza or shown an interest in it. So it's narrowed us down to 60 people. So you got to be smart with this. Sometimes it makes sense to do it, sometimes it doesn't. But it's not necessarily going to, um, like instead of you selecting Papa John's and it taking everything you've selected so far, as far as all these different criterias, and then adding people who like Papa John's on top of those, it narrows it down to people who have liked Papa John's and fits those other bills. So that's why you got to be careful with it. So, because you want to make sure your target audience is big enough to really make a difference for you. So there's a lot of other things you can do there. You can see behaviors, languages, um, connections. You can do all sorts of different things. You can include people who are connected to your Facebook page. You can exclude people who are connected to your Facebook page. There are so many options, and I recommend using as many as makes sense, but don't overdo it. Don't make it too overly complicated, but make it to where it targets down to who you really want it to hit. So once we're done with our targeting, we'll select save. Okay, it's telling me there's an error here. I didn't put an end time in. That's fine. You need to do that. I would need to do it if I was really going to run this ad, but I won't worry about it right now. Um, last couple options here, you can select whether it shows up on the news feed only or whether it hits the right hand side um, of the right hand side of the Facebook pages or not. Last thing to do is to create your ad. So come in here and you will click this button right here. We want this one right here. Okay. And we've selected so we're going to go campaign, ad set, and then name our ad. So they're all connected again. So test for Facebook video. This one gets to be a little bit more self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into all the details of it. We could spend hours here if we wanted to, but basically going to come in here and you're going to select which business. If you have multiple businesses you manage, you would have several options like I do. But we're going to set it up for social reach. Then we're going to put our website in there. The text of our ad, we're going to put the image. So whatever image you want for your ad, you would put it, select the image right there. So let's see if I can find an example real quick. This is one I've done before. So as I put the ad in there, it's going to pop up here on the right. For some reason it's not popping up right there. But anyway, if it was working, I'm not sure exactly what's going on right here right now. Let's try one more real quick and see if it works. There it goes. Okay, so this is one I did before for webinars. That's what you can get an idea of what it's going to look like, and then you can adjust the text that's going to pop up like right here and at the top. You can adjust that down below on the left over here. So lots of things you can do for it. And like I say, we could spend about an hour going into all that, but spend a little bit of time working on that and you'll get it narrowed down. But that's how you get an ad narrowed down for your specific geographic location within a Facebook ad. I hope this helps you. If you'd like to go deeper with some more training and some more resources, go to my website, which is what you see down here, www.andrewhowerton.com. Thanks so much for checking out my video.